Hello, everybody. Welcome to a watch party of Kansas State Wildcats and the Kansas Jayhawks, plus also the Baylor Bears and the Colorado Buffaloes. This is episode 70. Okay. This is episode 70 of Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. Sorry, guys. We were live twice before, but we ran into technical difficulties, but we're back now, and we're ready to go. 6.5 left in the first half. It's 42-36. Kansas State Wildcats over 16-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Let me pull up oh my gosh, sorry, I was moving around my other computer that's right now sitting on a chair that has the Baylor game on it versus UCF. Kansas State with a 2-point basket to beat the Buzzard, and they now lead 44-36 going into the half over the 16-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas State is on a roll. They're at halftime now. They're at halftime now. Let's see here. They're gonna, as they do normally for any buzzer beater type shot, they're gonna look at this. Yeah. Three minutes and 20 seconds remain here in the first half. It's Baylor 33-27 over UCF. In the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds, the Baylor Bears on a 12-2 scoring run over the UCF Knights, as they lead here 33-27 with 3:07 to go in the first half over Baylor Bears over UCF Knights. Baylor is going to the free throw line because UCF just fouled them. Just got called for a foul. Baylor will go to the free throw line, and at the free throw line for the Bears is Norchad O'Meara. Makes the first one. It's now 34-27. Alright, so went 2 for 2 at the line, so it's now 35-27 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the first half. It's 35-27 Baylor over UCF. UCF with another foul, called for another foul, so Norchad O'Meara will go back to the free throw line for Baylor. He makes the first one here. It's now 36-27. If he makes this next one, it's going to be a 10-point lead for the Bears. Makes the second one. He goes 2 for 2 again at the line. So in total, he's now gone 4 for 4 in his last 2 trips to the free throw line. It's now 37-27 Baylor over UCF. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. UCF for two is good. It's now 37-29. Coming up in about an hour and 12 minutes approximately is tip-off between the one-ranked Auburn Tigers and the six-ranked Florida Gators on ESPN2. Sorry. Yeah, on ESPN2. Don't forget, everybody, drop. Well, for the people that are available, just type in the chat. Drop in your requests, your song requests. All right, the artist, and the song by that artist is what I was meaning to say there. Shoot. The ones that we have already done are Pentatonics Imagine, Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry Be Happy, Tiny Tim, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, Jelly Roll, I Am Not Okay, Chris Stapleton, I Was Wrong, and Casting Crowns, Casting Crowns, Voice of Truth. The ones that we still have to go are actually the three other options that did not win for both the PTX poll and the home free poll. We got Pentatonics, Break My Heart, Pentatonics 90s Dance Medley, and Pentatonics Home. And for home free, we got home free Sea Shanty Medley, Man of Constant Sorrow, and also Go Rest High on That Mountain. It's 1:57 p.m. right now. Both these games may or may not end uh, by the time Houston's may or may not end by the time Houston starts. I have no idea, but yeah. Well, Baylor's probably not. Baylor's not gonna end before Houston starts because Baylor is still playing the first half. They still got a minute and 18 to go in the first half. It's 42-31. Baylor Bears over Kansas State Wildcats. Um, Baylor's headed to over UCF Knights is what I meant to say. Baylor's going to the free throw line because they got fouled on that shot. So it's and one. Jalen doing for the 3 point attempt, 3 point, the 3 point play, and he does it. It's now 43-31 with a minute and 10 to go here in the first half. Basically, 1 minute to go in the first half. All right. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to hang these up. All right. But I'm excited. Oh, another update. To the Another update to the Super Sam Performance Encore YouTube channel. The schedule. The schedule is going to be a little bit different after tomorrow, because since tomorrow is indeed the Super Bowl, tomorrow is the last day of the football season, of the NFL season officially. So there's gonna be a change in just a tiny change in the tiny tweak into the schedule for the reaction videos and for the stuff like that, for the reaction videos and stuff on the Super Sam Performance Encore channel, which I'm excited. Um, basically the schedule update is all right. So I mentioned how on the days of watch parties I will not be doing reaction videos. On the days that I do not have watch parties, I will be doing reaction videos. And watch parties, I'm including hockey in this too, by the way. Um, on the days that I do not have watch parties, or the days that the days that the basketball games and stuff are way too late for me, then I have watch party. I have reaction videos on that day instead. Well, there's gonna be a little bit change of plans. It's still gonna be that way. Don't worry, it's still gonna be that way. But we're gonna add on days where so like for example, let's say we're gonna so like for example, the days where there's only like for example the days where there's only one there's only one game. So like for example the Super Bowl tomorrow, it's only one game. There's only one game tomorrow. Now, am I going to be doing a reaction video tomorrow? We'll see. I'm also thinking about mainly just trying this out on a certain date. Or um we'll see. But well, maybe. I don't know. I still have to think about the schedule. But at some point in the future of the Super Saiyan Performance Encore channel, there will be a schedule update at some point. I don't know. But yeah, there probably will be just a slight tad bit of a change on the schedule after tomorrow. Um, and again, I said after tomorrow, which means I will not be doing a reaction video tomorrow. The schedule update comes after the Super Bowl tomorrow. So sorry guys, I was looking at what they were showing on the computer. All right. They're just about to start the second half here between the Kansas State Wildcats and between in-state rivals Kansas State Wildcats and the 16th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas is seeking their first three-game home win streak versus Kansas since 1981 through 1983. So it was going out of bounds. It was saved by Hawkins of Kansas State, and Kansas got the steal, I guess, or something. So Kansas for three. Kansas State now leads 16-ranked Kansas 44-39, 19 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this game. All right, let me see. Whoops. Let me see what the score is. All right, it's 45-36 Baylor Bears over UCF Knights at halftime. Kansas State leads 16 and Kansas 49-39 with 18 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. But yeah. Dickinson makes the first free throw here. He missed his first two free throws. I think he announced that he missed his first two or so free throws in the first half, but he makes his first two here. 18 and a half minutes to go in the game. 49-41, Kansas State Wildcats over 16-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. "18 minutes to go in this game. 52-41, Kansas State Wildcats over 16-ranked Kansas Jayhawks." A foul on Hunter Dickinson, so that'll send Kansas State to the free throw line again. Oh no. Never mind, a foul on Coleman Hawkins of the Wildcats. So that's already 3 fouls in the game for Hawkins. Hunter Dickinson will go to the line for Kansas. Makes the first one. It's now 52-42. Sixteen minutes, 24 seconds left in the game. 57-43, Kansas State over 16-ranked Kansas. 16 minutes to go in the game. There's Harris Jr.'s first bucket of the game for the Jayhawks. All right. All right, Baylor and UCF are just now starting the second half. Baylor leads UCF 45-36. UCF with the steal. UCF will pull it back. Trying to look for room. Three-pointer by Baylor. 18:50 in the game. It's 48-38. Baylor over UCF. And 3-point field goal. Baylor's 6 for 16. I think I said UCF's like 3 for 9. We've now been live for 30 minutes. It would be longer, but unfortunately, we had those technical difficulties earlier. Thirteen minutes and 36 seconds to go in the game. Out of bounds, slipped on the line, Kansas basketball. 13 minutes and 13 and a half minutes to go in the game at 61-47. Kansas State over 16 Kansas. Kansas State is on a roll lately. They were mentioning Kansas State. Actually, hold on. Let me see. Kansas State was on like a 7-game win streak at one point. They might still be. I have no idea. Well, let's look up Kansas State. Kansas State. So they were actually on a losing streak before this winning streak. They had lost to TCU, Oklahoma State, Houston, Texas Tech, Kansas, and Baylor. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 6 straight games they had lost before going on what looks like so far a 4-game winning streak. Looks like they are currently on a 4-game winning streak. They winning against West Virginia 73-60, Oklahoma State 80-61. Oklahoma State 85-57, Iowa State 80-61, and Arizona State 71-70. And now they're facing Kansas, and they're winning 61-49 with 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. And then the next opponent is at 7 p.m. Central Time in 3 days. So on Tuesday against the 20 ranked Arizona Wildcat against the Arizona Wildcats. At home in Manhattan, Kansas. And then they go on the road. To Provo, Utah, to Marriott Center to take on the BYU Cougars on ESPN Plus at 8 p.m. Central Time next Saturday. So, I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually not minding the run that Kansas State is on right now. Kansas State is never really known for being a team. Well, Kansas State for the past season or two, they they had a down pretty down season as far as last year, and this season it's not really anywhere different. They're still kind of down, but it's nice to see them picking up some steam and starting to find their rhythm, starting to find their groove here. You know, it's kind of nice just to see a team like the Wildcats, like Kansas State, to be picking up steam, find their groove, finding their rhythm of how to play defense, how to play Kansas State basketball, how to score better, how to play defense better, how to play offense better, just about how to play as a team better. And I feel like that's what I like about it. 16 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. It's 50 to 43. Baylor Bears over UCF Knights. That's what I wanted to look up. Let's look at the latest bracketology by Joe Lunardi. I feel like we haven't done a bracketology in a while, mainly because we haven't done a podcast episode in a while. Um. Shoot. Here. Alright, so where's the bracketology? Here we go. Men's Bracketology 2025 NCAA Tournament by Joe Lunardi. Updated yesterday at 8:15 a.m. Central Time. 8:15 in the morning Central Time. So top overall seed is Auburn. I agree. First team out, Arkansas. I agree. Last team in, Wake Forest. I'm 50-50 on that one. On the bubble, last four byes are Oklahoma, Utah State, Georgia, and Nebraska. The last four in are Vanderbilt, San Diego State, BYU, and Wake Forest. First four out are Arkansas, Xavier, SMU, and UCF. And the next four out are Pitt, North Carolina, VCU, and USC. So the 68-team bracket, the first four are American against SIU Edwardsville. We got Vanderbilt against San Diego State, Merrimack against Omaha, and BYU against Wake Forest. In the South region, we got Auburn against the winner of the first four matchup between American and SIU Edwardsville. 1 seed Auburn taking on 16 seed American or SIU Edwardsville. 8 seed Crichton taking on 9 seed Baylor, but they got down arrow, so they're going down in the seeding. It's not good for Baylor, and that's why I mention all the time about these teams is they gotta keep winning. Otherwise, this stuff like this is gonna happen to them. They're gonna just keep on moving down in the projected seating range and stuff like that, including the AP poll, including the rankings. All right, they're gonna move. Either that, or if, let's say the team's like 25 and they keep losing, they're gonna go out of the rankings. So that's why it's important to keep on winning. 5 seed Memphis taking on 12 seed George Mason. Same thing. Memphis has a down arrow. 4 seed Michigan State against 13 seed Arkansas State. 16 Michigan against 11 seed Vanderbilt or San Diego State. Vanderbilt has a down arrow. Michigan has an up arrow. Vanderbilt has been losing some. Michigan has been winning most of their games. 3 seed Marquette against 14 seed Jacksonville State. 7 seed Mississippi State against 10 seed Utah State. 2 seed Houston against 15 seed Bryant. In the West region, the 1 seed Tennessee Volunteers against 16 seed Norfolk State. Norfolk State has a down arrow. 8 seed Clemson against 9 seed West Virginia. 5 seed St. John's against 12 seed McNeese. 4 seed Wisconsin against 13 seed Sanford. 6 seed Missouri against 11 seed Nebraska. 3 seed Iowa State against 14 seed Northern Colorado. 7 seed Oregon against 10 seed Georgia. 2 seed Texas A&M against 15 seed Central Connecticut. In the East region, we got 1 seed Duke against 16 seed Merrimack or Omaha. In the 8 seed, we got Gonzaga against 9 seed Ohio State. In the 5 seed UCLA against 12 seed Yale. 4 seed Kentucky against 13 seed Lipscomb. 6 seed Maryland against 11 seed BYU or Wake Forest. 3 ranked Kansas against 14 ranked Cleveland State. 7 seed UConn against 10 seed Oklahoma. 2 seed Florida against 15 seed Towson. In the Midwest region, we got one seed Alabama against 16 seed Southern. 8 seeds St. Mary's against 9 seed New Mexico. 5 seed Ole Miss against 12 seed UC Irvine. 4 seed Arizona against 13 seed Akron. 6 seed Illinois against 11 seed Drake. 3 seed Texas Tech against 14 seed Utah Valley. 7 seed Louisville against 10 seed Texas. 2 seed Purdue against 15 seed UNC Asheville. And yeah, one thing I do want to point out is UConn. UConn has been losing some games, and that's mainly why they're down far down as they are right now at the 7th seed. If we take a look at the rankings, actually, I think they're at like 19. I think on NCAA rankings. We'll also talk about the rankings just because we haven't done a podcast episode in a while. And the rankings have changed since then. So, yeah. So number one, our top 10 is Auburn, Duke, Alabama, Tennessee, Houston, Florida, Purdue, Iowa State, Michigan State, Texas A&M. We got and then 11 through 20, we got Marquette, St. John's, Texas Tech, Kentucky, Missouri, Kansas, Memphis, Maryland, UConn, and Arizona. 21 through 25, we got Wisconsin, Mississippi State, Illinois, Michigan, and Ole Miss. So yeah, some new faces and some familiar faces as well. As usual. UConn was able to move up. Now UConn is at 19. It is not the lowest they've been in the AP top 25 poll this season. The lowest they've been is 25, which makes sense because the poll goes all the way to 25. But it's not the lowest for sure. UConn has actually gone up 6 spots. They're at 19 now, but they're still very low. They have not been winning that much lately. UConn, and this was the struggle I had with UConn going into this season, was because they're losing some key players. And when I mean key players, I mean key players. They lost a lot of great basketball players. They lost their big men. They lost a good amount of They lost a good amount of talent to the NBA draft and stuff. Because a good majority of the players ended up going over to the NBA draft. So, and ended up getting selected by NBA teams. So, congratulations to them. But this UConn team is in trouble. They've already lost. Let me see. They've already lost 7 games already this season. All right, they've already lost 7 games this season. Their most recent loss was 68-62 against St. John's Red Storms. At the time, was ranked 12. But yeah, they've already lost 7. They lost back-to-back games against Memphis, Colorado, and Dayton. They lost to Villanova. They lost to Creighton, and then they lost to Xavier, and then they lost to 12 ranked St. John's. St. John's is the only ranked team they have lost to this season. Every other team they've lost to this season have been unranked. At least at the time that they played them. They've been unranked. Okay? That's not good. That ain't good if you're UConn. The team that has won back-to-back national titles. The team that is the defending national champions. That's not good if you're losing basically back-to-back games against unranked teams, against unranked basketball teams. So, yeah. Um, not to mention, they just barely got past, at the time, 15 ranked Baylor Bears, 76, 72. They just barely stuck by them earlier in non-conference play. But yeah, they also just barely snuck past Gonzaga, which, by the way, was their final game of non-conference play before conference play. Um, but yeah, so UConn is. But yeah, so UConn is in trouble when it comes to the team they have this year. The team they have this year is not close to what they had the last year, even the previous years. You know, last year, even the last 2 years, it's not the same. 12 minutes to go in the game. It's 64-45. Baylor over UCF. Baylor for 2 after the steal is good. 66-45. Baylor over UCF. 12 minutes to go in the game. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game here at 74-59. Kansas State over 16 ranked Kansas. Kansas for 3. Off the mark. Kansas State with the defensive rebound. I can't even believe what's happening right now. Baylor, as expected, is absolutely blowing right past UCF. But Kansas State is pulling off a miracle right now. Absolutely blowing the minds out of Kansas. Kansas State is absolutely crushing the Kansas Jayhawks. And that is blocked. That is deflected away by Coleman Hawkins of Kansas State. But they whistle a foul on Hawkins. Hawkins, I swear, cannot catch a break. Every time he does something good, they always are like saying like, nope, you don't get that foul. And a turnover on the Jayhawks just now. He stepped on the line, I guess. Zaki Mayo. Nothing is going anywhere to Kansas, to the Jayhawks side. Nothing is on the favorable side of the Jayhawks right now, as they are down 74-59 against Kansas State Wildcats with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this game. Good news, this game is going to end. The Kansas game is going to end. The Kansas game is going to end before the Houston Colorado game starts. So what's gonna happen is once this game finishes. Timeout on the floor by Kansas. 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in the game. Kansas State, aka K-State, leads 16-ranked Kansas 74-59. UH. 'UB versus UCF. Nine minutes and 39 seconds left in the game. It's 73-52 Baylor over UCF. All right, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. 3 minutes 45 seconds to go in the game. It's 74-62 Kansas State over 16-ranked Kansas. But yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. Super Bowl. We got watch party of the Super Bowl at 5:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. But then before that, tomorrow morning, I will be making the new poll for the start of next week, which is tomorrow, for the PTX poll and home free poll. So that'll be interesting. That'll be a lot of fun. Having a lot of fun with these polls and stuff, for sure. Already. And like I mentioned, after the Houston game is done, after Houston and Colorado are done, I will make a poll for you guys to vote on who will win Super Bowl 59 tomorrow evening. between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. Yeah. We've officially been live for an hour and a half, basically, now. Or an hour. Yeah, basically an hour. Eight minutes, 40 seconds to go in the game at 76-54, Baylor over UCF. Right. A minute and 40 to go in the game. It's 79-66. Kansas State over Kansas. Kansas basketball after Kansas State missing that shot. Looking like timeout is taken here for Kansas State. A minute and a half to go in the game. 79-66. The Wildcats lead the 16-ranked Jayhawks. 8 minutes to go in the game. The Baylor Bears lead the UCF Knights 78-57. Foul on Kansas State. The key Mayos at the free throw line for the Jayhawks. Here, down 79-66 with a minute. Kansas State Wildcats, a minute and 17 to go here in the game. Mayo makes the first one. It's now 79-67. And here comes the second and last one. He can make it an 11-point game, 11-point lead with this one as he makes it. It's now 79-68. Kansas State over 60-ranked Kansas with a minute and 17 to go in the game. Kansas State will throw it in from the sidelines. The game is not over yet. Just because it's still possible for Kansas to make up an 11-point deficit here in the next minute. Here in the next minute and 17. Which is how much is left on the game clock. But if Kansas State is able to hold on here, this will probably be one of the biggest upsets by far this season for Kansas State. And not to mention, it's against their in-state rivals. Kansas with the steal. Bad passing right there by Kansas State. Kansas for two. Off the mark. Kansas offensive rebound for two is good. 1 minute remains in the game. Up by 9. 79-70. Just goes across the court. And Kansas is not fouling. They're not fouling. Time is ticking. What are they doing? They're just letting time run off. Kansas State! Kansas State with the dunk, the alley-oop and the dunk. Coming up next after this game is the Indiana Pacers against the LA Clippers. Sorry, Indiana Pacers against the Los Angeles Lakers. LA Lakers. Good Lord. I have no idea why Kansas was letting so much time go off the clock there. 33.9 to go in the game. It's 81-73. Kansas State over 16-ranked Kansas. Jeez Louise. Houston, Colorado, but I'm going to wait for this game to finish before I turn on the Houston, Colorado game on the TV because, again, We only have 30. We only have 33 seconds left in this game. So yeah, and I'm gonna hope this game doesn't go into overtime and last long. Here we go, Kansas State. We'll throw it in from the sidelines. A steal by Kansas. Kansas State basketball. Kansas State. One of the Kansas State fans is holding up a sign saying, "We own this state." You can battle it out, but both these two teams are both really good in their own right. So you can battle it out, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna for the sake of it. Both teams have a special talent in their own right, and that's something good enough to be said already. So that's it, though. Kansas State upset 16-ranked Kansas, 81-73. Kansas State now 12-11 overall, 6-6 in conference play. Kansas now 7-5 in conference play. That's Kansas State's third straight home win versus Kansas, the first time since 1981 through 83, when they won 4 straight. Kansas State also now 16-7 overall. All right, let's switch over to Houston. If Houston's even on, I gotta see what ESPN Plus. Okay. But yeah, that'll do it for me, folks. So I will quickly end this stream and then start a new stream. All right. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys.